This is part 2 episode 150. Let's go to the arena. Luo Feng turned and walked out, seemingly wanting to end the battle quickly. HMPH. Mo Yilin looked at his back and couldn't help but snort coldly. Too arrogant. Arsha squinted. The two of them exchanged glances and followed Luo Feng out of classroom 2. There were many sector lords and domain lords in classroom 2 that had paid attention to their conversation. Seeing how it had turned out, their eyes gleamed. Interesting. The newbie is fighting the seniors. However, usually it's the seniors pressuring and attaining victory. This time, it's hard to say. When comparing Luo Feng against these two, Luo Feng should be stronger. However, if Luo Feng were to fight against the strongest of the seniors, Luo Fu, there's no doubt Luo Fu is stronger. Let's go take a look. Who knows, the 5 geniuses of the seniors might show themselves too. The group of sector lords and domain lords all began to call their friends as they laughed and headed out. The most exceptional of the newbies, Luo Feng, heading to the arena. This was a very interesting thing. There were only so many members in the absolute beginning region. Naturally, the more famous of the universe level and domain lord level were known to all the sector lords. The absolute beginning region had a vast space, and many arenas were constructed about. These became the usual spot for the members to spar and battle, even wager and bet on the matches. At this time, there were 10 people already gathered at the side of the arena. On it were 2 domain lords sparring. One of them was a 8 m tall and sturdy black-furred ape man, and another was a cold-looking bald youth, and on his bald head there were even complex engravings. In an instant he left over 10,000 images, and the black-furred ape man roared as he danced with his 10 m long huge axe. The clashing between these two caused the space to shake, ripples shooting in all directions. The ground around the arena became a mess. I've lost this time. A cold voice resounded. Ha ha. A thick and hoarse voice replied, almost resounding with an echo. The black-furred ape man stared coldly at the bald youth. In our 10 battles over these 100 years, you've already lost 7 times. The bald youth had shut his eyes, reflecting on the battle before. Beside, the 10 spectators were either discussing or preparing to leave, some even challenging each other. Ah, look! What's going on there? So many people. The 10 people, including the ape man and the bald youth in the arena, all looked at the distant bustling crowd walking over. There were at least 60 to 70 of them. Luo Feng walked ahead, and behind him was Mo Yilin and Arsha, and behind them were the large group of sector lords and some domain lords. This bustling group had indeed drawn quite the attention. Luo Feng walked and surveyed the area, glancing at the 10 people in the distant arena. Amongst them there were no universe level. Pick an arena, Luo Feng said. You are the newbie, you choose. Behind him the scaled youth Mo Yilin said coldly. Okay. Luo Feng stomped and became a beam of light flying into an arena 10 kilometers away. The scaled youth and the black-horned youth too became beams of lights and followed. Simultaneously, the sector lords and domain lords all prepared to spectate the match, either getting in position or flying up. They all landed at the side of that arena. Go look. So many people spectating, it shouldn't be an ordinary match. The 10 domain lords too flew up. Both the black-furred ape man and the bald youth followed suit. Luo Feng and the other 2 landed in the arena. Luo Feng glanced at the distant arena. It was mostly filled with the sector lords and a few domain lords. There were only 2 universe levels. One of them was a senior and another was the green-haired youth Jiang Mo. Jiang Mo smiled at Luo Feng and waved his fist and communicated, Luo Feng, the seniors have always despised us newbies. You have to take revenge for us, and teach them a good lesson. Naturally, I'll teach them a very good lesson. Luo Feng replied and smiled. At this time, 3 silhouettes descended from the skies and landed at the side of the arena to spectate. One was a silver-armored youth, another with black skin and thick lips, and finally one with jade-green eyes, sharp ears and a seductive figure, a lady. These 3 gathered to watch. They are all universe level. The middle one is one of the 5 strong seniors, Ni Nan. Luo Feng swiftly thought of the information he learnt. Since his teacher, Tru Yang, had warned him about the 30 universe level seniors and the 5 strongest, Luo Feng had collected information, especially on the 5, those 5 were Ni Nan, Yu Feng, Luo Fu, Ge and Sajin Fire Dragon. The earliest to pass the 7th level was Luo Fu. He passed over 2,000 years ago. The latest was GE, over 300 years ago. Mo Yilin, teach this punk a lesson, that black-skinned man roared. Asha, don't lose to this punk. That seductive lady shouted too. And the silver-armored Ni Nan just watched silently. Relax. Watch how I teach him. Mo Yilin and Asha stared at Luo Feng. They had taken him to be a true enemy. Naturally, it wasn't that they didn't have any chance of victory, because they had both passed the 6th level long ago. They were pretty close to passing the 7th. And strength wasn't simply based on comprehension of the laws. One's consciousness. Unleashing. Mental state. Experience. All these determined the final victor. Mo Yilin and Asha were confident in their experience and battle consciousness. They believed these exceeded Luo Feng's. Luo Feng, you are too young, and have too much vigor. We'll make you understand that you cannot underestimate any opponent. Mo Yilin said. The two of us are here in this arena, you pick either one of us to be your opponent. I said before I don't wish to waste time. Luo Feng looked at the two and said, both of you get in here. Together? Mo Yilin and Asha were stunned. The group of absolute geniuses in the absolute region spectating were all shocked too. To be able to enter this region, their strengths weren't that different, and of the 30 seniors, only 5 had passed the 7th level and the other 25 had all passed the 6th, and even in the sky and land region there were 10 that had passed the 6th level. What did that mean? It meant that the members in the absolute beginning area were all pretty close to each other in strength. It meant these 25 that passed the 6th level were very close to passing even the 7th. 1 vs 2. Mo Yilin, you two teach him a good lesson. Teach that punk. The group gathered below slowly grew in numbers. The 2 universe-level members that had just arrived raged and shouted. This is getting interesting. Even more interesting. In the arena. Mo Yilin and Asha exchanged glances and nodded. This was good too. If they fought 1v1 against Luo Feng, they didn't have much guarantee. But now, since he wanted to fight both of them himself, their chances of victory together were much higher. You said it yourself. Mo Yilin's scales on his face gathered as he frowned, his expression was struggled. Make your move. Asha roared. In the distance, Luo Feng floated into the sky and gazed down at the 2 universe-level opponents. He was clear on how strong he was, and because of this, he didn't even regard these 2 as adversaries. The only reason he chose to fight was to avenge his brother Wuka. Barbata, record the footage of this battle for Wuka later. You sure are flashy. While communicating with Barbata, Luo Feng smiled and he triggered the dark golden long rod on his back. Rumble. Immediately countless little golden blades shot in all directions. These countless gold lights seemed to form a golden sun behind him. The 6,000 little golden blades seemed to instantly connect through the universe space and gold laws, changing the surrounding 100 kilometers into pure gold. The area engulfed was vast, even the space below the arena was affected. Arena. Grass? They all vanished. Only a vast world filled with countless amounts of blade energy could be seen. Nanshan Armament 6th level, own world, also known as Blade World. My god. This is troublesome. Mo Yilin and Asha, the 2 absolute geniuses, immediately had a big change in their expressions, and their eyes filled with shock. This Luo Feng can actually unleash the 6th level. The large group of sector lords and domain lords spectating were all shocked. This was truly shocking. If one came in with the thought of simply checking out the newbies with the crowd, at this time they were all left in disbelief. Because the Nanshan armament was incredibly hard to train. This was one of the 9 godly weapons. The strongest gold and space weapon, it used the gold laws as the main and the space laws to support. And the 9 universe heavenly bridge was built for the comprehension of the space laws. Then, the heavenly bridge's 7th level was a test of one's comprehension of the space laws. Luo Feng was able to unleash the 6th level. What did this mean? It meant that not only was his space comprehension high, but his gold comprehension was even higher. And there were many ways to pass the heavenly bridge. If the challenger was a controller, he could pick a controller, hypnotist or even fighter, either one. Choosing hypnotist was easier, because a spirit reader controller mostly emphasizes on soul defense, hence winning would be easier. Picking fighter was the easiest, because he could simply maintain his distance and use his spirit weapon to attack from far. The fighter was only be able to use instantaneous acceleration over and over to try and think of ways to get close. Picking controller was the toughest. Because once that was picked, the controller would be exactly similar in terms of spirit weapon and attack etc. Utilizing one's strengths to attack the weakness. However, picking an identical controller, that was troublesome. He definitely picks controller to fight. Definitely. Otherwise passing the 7th level wouldn't even require the blade world. In the arena, Mo Yilin and Asha looked at the surrounding vast blade world. As countless blade energy were evolving, a formless world pressuring could be felt, and they felt despair. Why is he so strong? And it's the gold and space fusion's strongest weapon. The two were in a mess. And the distant Luo Feng, the blade world's energy condensed madly, with countless blade energy finally forming a translucent dark gold blade. This blade glowed slightly. It was the strongest blade energy condensed from the blade world itself. Its power was unbelievable. Go. Luo Feng ordered softly. The black horned man, Asha, wielded both half-moon blades and their movements were extremely peculiar. Within an instant, 1,000 images appeared and they all formed a powerful battle array filled with countless cold flashes of blade aura that lit up. In the distance, Luo Feng floated in mid-air and pointed ahead. An incredibly condensed blade energy took the form of a dark golden translucent blade, immediately tearing through the space ahead. I'll first kill Mo Yilin. Luo Feng looked at the distant Mo Yilin, simultaneously accelerating on the dark cloud shuttle and backing off. Mo Yilin used both hands to wield the huge blade. He swung it and the surrounding air seemed to condense the space. Simultaneously it clashed with the dark golden blade energy. He was very clear that the blade energy's speed was extremely fast, and that he couldn't dodge it. The only way was to forcefully deflect it. Rumble. The dark golden blade energy was incredibly strong, causing Mo Yilin to completely move backwards. He stepped 10 steps back in the arena, and every step causing craters in the rock ground. Simultaneously cracks could be heard from his body, almost as though his bones had broken inside. Mo Yilin spit out fresh blood. Gold is sturdy like the sun, indeed it's very strong. Mo Yilin stood on the ground staring at Luo Feng. His main arm, which was wielding the blade, was already broken in 9 places. Luckily, he mostly deflected most of the attack into his right arm, otherwise his body itself would be heavily injured. Luo Feng became a beam of light in the distant sky, once again forming an incredibly condensed dark golden blade energy before him. That blade swiveled on the spot, tearing through the space around it. Mo Yilin, go and die. Luo Feng stared coldly at him. Bastard. The black horned Asha roared, becoming a blurry silhouette and chasing after Luo Feng. Luo Feng, however, stood on his dark cloud shuttle and glanced coldly at him, slowly chase on. This Asha, unleashing his movements, could produce up to 10,000 images. After all, being able to produce 1,000 images under the pressure of Blade World was incredible. It was a pity that with the pressure of Blade World, he couldn't keep up with Luo Feng at all. The pains of a fighter. Unless he was like the Moshe clansman, who had extreme instantaneous acceleration, pity, against Luo Feng who comprehended the 36 wonders of space, and some comprehension of the rainstorm, Luo Feng's movements weren't weaker than his. This created the situation, in which he simply couldn't catch him. The dark golden blade energy tore through the space, and shot at Mo Yilin. Mo Yilin roared, feeling the pressure around him of the endless blade world. Every move he made was affected. He could only use about 70 to 80% of his power. His left hand wielded the huge blade, once again slashing as quick as lightning. However, to actually hit the blade world blade energy controlled by Luo Feng was extremely hard. His injuries from before weren't even healed yet, he could only risk it all and try. And now he was using only one arm, and this left arm wasn't as proficient as his right arm, including the injuries from before. The dark golden blade energy flashed and directly pierced through his forehead, leaving behind a hole there, from which one could completely see through. Just like a laser that had shot through. Ah! Mo Yilin stared wide-eyed, following which his body fell. Rumble, with a crash his entire body slumped onto the stone of the arena, causing it to shake and roll about. Mo Yilin, failure. Luo Feng. Luo Feng. Well done, now kill the other punk. A loud shout suddenly erupted from below. It was the Manka Prince Wuka. He shouted excitedly, beside him was Rong Jun. Not just them two, even Qian Shui, Ari Chen, Lancelot and Ao Pa Ti La had arrived. The newbies of the absolute beginning universe level had all gathered. Jiang Mo had informed them all. Flying about on the dark cloud shuttle above the arena, Luo Feng looked below and saw the whole group. He couldn't help but smile and shout, "No problem, just a little dish." "Yeah, bastard." Behind him, flashing about and constantly chasing, yet unable to catch up at all, was the black-horned Asha, who roared with rage, "Luo Feng, if you have the guts, don't run." In terms of space comprehension, he was close to Luo Feng. In quantity, he was definitely further ahead in space comprehension. In substance, however, Luo Feng's was more solid. The two of them drew close. However, Luo Feng had the blade world to pressure him. Hence, how could he ever catch Luo Feng? What a joke, you want a controller to fight close combat with you. While Luo Feng flew, he glanced back at Asha and pointed, "Go." The endless blade world gathered before Luo Feng, and a dark golden blade energy was formed. It was extremely piercing. The blade energy tore through the space and shot at Asha. "Who, her you who?" Asha madly waved the two half-moon blades before him, his entire body becoming a blur. The blade energy dodged time and again. Luo Feng had no intention of matching force with him, and purely relied on its extreme speed. Shooting from different directions all around at Asha, pressuring him. Just how fast was the blade energy? Every time Asha waved his blades, he felt as though he was dancing on knives. The blade energy shot from the side and pierced through Asha's ears and out the other. The blade energy had left nothing but a mess within his head between his ears. Asha stared wide-eyed. Because of the inertia, he moved a few kilometers forward before rolling on the ground. "Asha, failure." "Ha ha, we've won, ha ha ha." Wuka laughed loudly. "Luo Feng, beautiful." That handsome Lancelot smiled too. "Well done." Rong Jun waved his fist strongly, excited and thrilled. Qian Shui, Jiang Mo, Ari Chen, and Ao Pa Ti La were all incredibly excited. They, the 8 newbies of the absolute beginning region, had the lowest qualifications and power. Especially since the qualification battle was drawing close, Jiang Mo, Qian Shui, and Wuka knew they were about to be kicked into the sky and land region. Hence they were all under a lot of pressure. This battle had helped ease that pressure and avenge them, and was very thrilling. "Ha ha." Luo Feng jumped down and landed beside Wuka and Rong Jun. "Those two punks came to provoke me, and I just dealt with them for kicks." "Wuka, were these two among those that bullied you?" Luo Feng smiled. "Yes, they were." Wuka grit his teeth. "I've long wanted to teach them a good lesson, but my power wasn't enough." "Ha ha, Luo Feng, thanks for avenging me, ha ha, thrilling." While Luo Feng and the group were celebrating and dancing about, the universe-level seniors, the 10, gathered there. "Bastard. We actually lost." Those 10 had ugly expressions. Because, over 100 sector lords and some domain lords all witnessed the battle. And they lost 2v1 to a newbie. This was extremely shameful. This Luo Feng is indeed very strong. The silver-grey robed youth stared at the distant Luo Feng. He is actually able to unleash Blade World. And from the looks of it, for me to defeat him, I'd have to use my trump card too. However, this move was something I prepared for Kuluo Fu. Ni Nan, I heard Mo Yilin and Asha, the 2 punks got defeated by a newbie. A thick voice resounded. The silver-armored youth turned, feeling as though a little mountain appeared behind him. This was a over 6 m tall, fully black armored man, and his armor was sleeveless, while his neck was red, almost like a red metal. His face was red and clear, and on his forehead were 2 curved red horns. There was a rhombus crystal embedded in the middle. Behind him was a long dragon tail. "This mad punk is here." The silver-robed youth thought. He said solemnly, "Yes, Fire Dragon." Mo Yilin and Asha, those 2 punks, were indeed defeated by a newbie. That newbie is Luo Feng, who just passed the 7th level. He's extremely arrogant, he doesn't respect us seniors at all. After accepting their challenge, he announced that he would face them 1v2. But no one would have expected him to actually still win. Look at how arrogant those 8 new people are. The silver-robed youth shook his head and looked at the newbies. Over there. Luo Feng and the 8 were extremely happy. Wuka roared from the side, "You seniors have trained for how many thousands of years, arrogant for nothing. Losing 2v1, ha ha, I feel ashamed for you." "Wuka. What are you bragging about?" Immediately a group of seniors raged. "Bastard. The dragon-tailed mountain of a man roared. He immediately became a red beam of light and smashed into the arena like a meteorite, causing the arena to shake. This tall dragon-tailed man extended his palm leaf-like hand and pointed at Luo Feng below. Luo Feng, get up here. I'll teach you a good lesson. You can only use that blade world, yet how dare you? What gives you the right to be so cocky? His voice rumbled and resounded throughout. Luo Feng, who was laughing and chatting below, was stunned as he looked up. His expression changed. It's him. Sajin Fire Dragon, one of the pinnacle races of humanity, the Flame Mother race. He was one of the 5 great warriors of the universe level in the absolute beginning region. He trained in the extremely expensive and absolute black hole evolution comparable to the time-space scribbles. 1,500 years ago, he had passed the 7th level. The top 5 of the universe level, Ni Nan, Kuluo Fu, Yu Feng, Ge and Sajin Fire Dragon. The strongest and hardest to deal with was without doubt Kuluo Fu, and most shocking would be the chemist Yu Feng. These two were the most terrifying of the 5. Even Luo Feng knew within that at this point he was far from being their match. Kuluo Fu, courageous and intrepid. Yu Feng walked the path of the chemist, which was a rare oddity. However, once he succeeded, he would be extremely terrifying. Even Kuluo Fu would lose to him. The other 3, Ni Nan, Sajin Fire Dragon and Ge were closer in strength. Ge, even though he was the latest to pass the 7th level, his battle ability was terrifying. Sajin Fire Dragon. Luo Feng looked up at the man with the dragon tail, frowning. Must I actually fight him now? The original plan was that, after passing the 7th level, he would go take on missions and train well during the 6 years. Settling Mo Yilin and Asha was just a convenience earlier. He had never thought of them as threats. However, it was completely different with Fire Dragon. In the arena, Fire Dragon waved his tail, slapping the sides of the arena stones, and staring down angrily. Luo Feng, get up. Do you not dare come up? Get up. Luo Feng, if you have the guts, go up. The universe-level seniors all shouted together. Mo Yilin is weaker than you, so you dare to bully him. Meeting Sajin, you are so terrified you don't dare to get up. The spectators below were mostly made of sector lords. In reality, they were all in dangerous secret areas exploring, going through life of death training. Training over and over, their mental states were extremely nervous. Occasionally watching the younger universe-level spar was interesting. What's more, it was the geniuses among the geniuses fighting. Sajin versus Luo Feng. Interesting. If they really fight, who do you think would win? 3 sector lords in black armor discussed. That Sajin Fire Dragon, he trains the most pinnacle manual, the black hole evolution. Even though with his points he could only exchange for the first few manuals. However, just those are enough for him to unleash his full strength. Beating Luo Feng shouldn't be a problem. I'm favoring Sajin too. Haha, everyone is thinking the same thing. I'm favoring Sajin too. When I saw him battle Kuluo Fu before, this Sajin was indeed of the battle race Flame Mother. His strength was incredible. Unless Luo Feng can make his blade world reach the omnipresent level, he can't win. The sector lords of the absolute beginning region were all sector lord level 9 pinnacles. Sector lords capable of entering the last phase region were all usually recognized by the laws. And the absolute beginning sector lords, any one of them was an absolute being in the universe, stronger than Black Dragon Mountain's Jiang Tian Chen by many times. Just how critical were their judgment on this battle? They clearly saw both Luo Feng and Sajin's strengths. The sector lords and domain lords watched with anticipation. The distant seniors too were challenging. In the arena, Sajin's eyes were gleaming, looking down on Luo Feng. Will you go or not? Wuke looked at Luo Feng. Even you don't have any guarantee, from what I see. That Sajin seems to want to teach you a good lesson. You cannot let it happen. The green-haired youth Jiang Mo said softly, and Sajin had passed the 7th level more than 1,000 years ago. Even if you back out now, it wouldn't be a disgrace. Will you go or not? Rong Jun asked softly too. Around him, Ao Parti La, the gentle and beautiful Chen Shui and Ari Chen, the handsome Lancelot, all looked at Luo Feng. The 8 of them were of the same faction, the newbie faction. Their honor and shame were as one. I was originally waiting for the qualification battles to show my trump card. Looks like I have to use it now instead. Luo Feng looked at the man with the dragon tail, and at the surrounding newbies around him looking at him with hope, he made a decision. For everybody, this battle. He had to win. Rumble. Luo Feng became a beam of light, like a shooting star, and landed in the distant arena. Ha ha. Good. Luo Feng, you've got guts. Nice. Work hard, I favor you. The group of sector lords and domain lords all shouted loudly, hoping for the battle to be exciting. In their hearts they regarded him as the same level as them, because they could easily see that his improvement speed would eventually make him have a very high possibility of entering the primal region eventually. In the arena, Luo Feng and Sa Jin were a few kilometers apart, staring at each other. They could see each other clearly, even the perspiration beads on each other's face could be seen. You've got guts. Sa Jin's voice was strong and firm. Cut the chatter and make your move. Luo Feng said. When the distant Sa Jin heard this, he immediately smiled, you sure are an arrogant punk. However, I'll wake you up. The dark cloud shuttle appeared below Luo Feng's feet. Simultaneously the dark golden long rod on his back shot out 10 million gold lights. The little golden blades shot in all directions, the engravings weaved through tens of millions of golden threads. The countless threads connected with the land and skies, immediately forming a 100 kilometers area. The space was vast, countless blade energy revolved. Blade world. Ha ha, interesting, somewhat interesting. Sa Jin stood in the arena. He raised his head and laughed. Simultaneously red flames shot out from around him. The burning flames engulfed his body, at the same time, it clashed and blocked the blade energy. He was like a flame god. What a powerful fire domain. It's incomparably condensed and able to block my blade world's pressure. Luo Feng thought, and the dark cloud shuttle floated in mid-air, simultaneously swiftly forming an incomparably condensed gold blade energy. A translucent dark gold blade was formed. Go. Luo Feng pointed ahead. The dark gold blade energy immediately pierced forward. Kaka. Sa Jin was wearing black armor all over. At this time, huge gloves appeared on his hands. It was made of a completely black metal. The joints of the finger regions were sharp like knives. Rumble. Sa Jin, against the lightning-fast dark gold blade energy, punched heavily forward. His fists were like arrows. His bare arms and thick neck muscles shook slightly, as obviously he had poured all his power into that one punch. A simple punch, however the power was explosive. If he went to the undying altar, Sa Jin could at least reach 90 times his explosive force. The dark gold blade energy dispersed and Sa Jin took a heavy step back. His heavy boots stomping on the arena caused countless amounts of rubble to fly. This scene made Luo Feng's expression change. He blocked it like that. He's actually able to make me step back. Sa Jin looked at Luo Feng and forced a smile. The Nanshan armament is indeed one of the 9 godly weapons. Rumble. Sa Jin strided and he rushed right before Luo Feng. Luo Feng retreated quickly. So fast. Under the blade world's pressure, his instantaneous speed is still so fast. Luo Feng stood on the dark cloud shuttle and immediately dodged. Rumble. Immediately over 10,000 images appeared in the space around him. These countless images flashed. 10,000 thread movement, the 4th level, 10,000 thread movement. Part 2 end here.